Daisy, I think that's Leo and Mansa's special way of cheering you on with your enrichment box. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. It's a rather gorgeous Thursday, as a matter of fact. Sunny skies, cooler temps. I think it's staying in the 70s today. Caretakers are doing their cleaning. They were gracious enough to let me place this fun enrichment box for Tigress Daisy. And Daisy just had her habitat cleaned, so she's got to do what cats do. Survey the rounds, see if anything's changed, see if anything's moved, is anything out of place. I got to check things out. That's fine, Daisy. That gives me time to say hello to the folks. Hey, Lois. Kendra Ditto, good afternoon to you. Hey, Maria Vane. Good morning, Lori. Let's see who else is here. Stephen Davis is watching. There is a tiger somewhere in this free roaming habitat. I think Daisy's wandered over on the edge of her pool. I would walk over there, but I'm a little cautious with our internet connection. I'm wanting to kind of stay right here, but I can only imagine that pretty gal is going to make her way back over to her enrichment. I, as you can see, have made Daisy a daisy. And we haven't had ourselves a good kind of cardboard cat fun. Oh, and I definitely need to make my way over here. Daisy can't wait for her pool to be filled. They kind of gradually fill since they're such large pools themselves. So she's got to give a big old tiger hug to her Tipsy Tom on the edge of the pool. Hey, Laura S. Sharon's here. Who else is watching today? Ohio here, says Jeannie Curry. Torben coming in with 50 stars. Thank you for those stars, Torben. Kathy Sutton tagging the girl squad. Hey, Faith Warner. What do we think about Miss Daisy and her enrichment? We made you a daisy. Daisy got a daisy. And as I was saying, we haven't had ourselves a good kind of cat box enrichment session here. You know that we have a variety of enrichment options here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, but all are not created equal. And we know cardboard, cats love cardboard, but a big cat, even your cat at home, I know my cat has a tendency to want to eat the cardboard after having fun with it. So we have some cats who are known to ingest the cardboard, so certainly we're not giving them cardboard enrichment. We don't want any type of obstructions or a cat potentially hurting itself or worse. And so that's where we kind of cycle in a lot of the blood sickles and tuna sickles and different styles of enrichment. But Daisy, she says, I'm not one of those cats. I love cardboard, and I'm going to take my time and chuff at the caretakers in the neighboring habitat, and I will eventually make my way over. Are you stalking them, Daisy? She says, I can hear them, but I can't see them. That's a Daisy standing in front of a shade cloth that we had put up. And that was just for when Dash had moved in. Daisy was, I wouldn't say intimidating him, but was just kind of hanging out near both of the exits there, and it was a little much for Dash. So that shade cloth is just a great little barrier just to give Daisy a little more space from Dash, who was kind of easing into his situation there. Marilyn Grant checking in from Columbus, Ohio. Glad to have you, Marilyn. We're kind of watching Daisy stalk her caretakers through the shade cloth here. Belinda Dissinger saying, my favorite flower is a daisy. Well, that's just perfect. Speaking of which, Daisy's heading over to her daisy. Or at least I thought she was. Maybe she's taking the roundabout route. What do you think, pretty lady? There we go. She says, I can smell some scents on there. I think it's just about time to have my way with this box. Yeah. A daisy for Daisy. Happy Thursday, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. A little enrichment fun for Tigress Daisy. And you know, we have all types of kind of forms of permanent enrichment, as I kind of like referring it. You get perches, platforms, you know, really the makeup of the habitats themselves with a lot of the kind of natural setting that we pride ourselves on here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But adding in a little kind of temporary enrichment, like a cardboard box that Daisy is going to make quick work of, we know that that's extra fun. She says, let me go at this ball first. Holy, Lori Ann saying, I'm currently in my swimming pool. Lucky you, Lori. That sounds very pleasant. Daisy has her swimming pool filling up, so I think she'll be right behind you here pretty soon. Beverly Lawrence says, Daisy's having fun. She is, and that's, you know, certainly what we strive for here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Is, you know, we know that Daisy's energetic and is a bit just of a firecracker in her nature. And for her to have an outlet like this where she can be extra goofy, we know she enjoys that. Hey, good morning, Nancy Barnum. Thanks for joining us from New York. Marion from North Dakota. Howdy, neighbor. Tracy F. saying Dash and Daisy are master stalkers. I couldn't agree more. You're a master stalker. That Daisy never saw it coming. And we're off. Hey, Lynn Short, thanks for joining us today. Christine Lorimer, 200 stars. Thank you for those 200 stars. Very, very much appreciated. And a happy Thursday to you, Beverly Lawrence. Just kind of kicking my way up through the comments here. Laura Reed saying hi to Jamie and Molly. And look at that. As a matter of fact, Jamie and Molly are not on site until about 1 p.m. today because they, along with Gina, and a group of determined volunteers are heading down to the Minnesota Cat Film Festival. That's a fun little kind of annual film festival, or kind of, you know, short little videos of cats having fun. And of course, being at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we cannot let an opportunity like that slip by. So we made a submission to the Cat Film Festival. We will have a booth down at the Minnesota Cat Film Festival. It's free admission right in St. Paul. I think it's at the CHS field where the Saints play in St. Paul. And so Molly and Jamie are not on the keyboard today. They are kind of resting up for the big Cat Film Festival this evening. And I have asked them to do a live post from the Cat Film Fest, so you'll be able to see it for yourself and see our booth and see all the awesome people getting excited not only about the Wildcat Sanctuary, but just about all felines. What do we think about that box, goofball? Ooh, look at that. They are here. I love to see it. Working from the intern house. Sally W. saying, there she goes. You know, and I think she's really got to inspect and examine. That's one thing I've kind of come to understand with her. There are times where she outright will see her enrichment and flatten it. But now I really think it's gotten to a point with Daisy. She's got to kind of come inspect and look at things. And she's found some stinkies on her ball there. And let's take a second to look at how muscular Daisy is. You can see those shoulder muscles in her arm when she's gripping that ball. Daisy definitely has her summer body, as you would say. But regardless, it's amazing to see the power these cats have. We often see it manifested in the scratches that they make and hearing them crunch on bone and things like that. But whenever I can see kind of the ripple of muscle on a cat like that, oof, man, it really just goes to show how powerful these animals are, and why please keep the wild in your heart and not your home. It's not only a safety issue for you, but also a public safety issue if a cat like Daisy were to get out. And unfortunately, it's always the cat who's paying the price in these situations. Daisy, you're looking swole. Jeannie Curry asking, how old is Daisy? That's a good question, Jeannie. I think I'm going to have the interns reference the age chart. I got all types of ages bouncing around this little old head of mine, and I don't want to mistake things. But I'm going to guesstimate Daisy to be in the 5 or 6 years of age. But again, I will have the interns reference our age chart so we can give you an objective number. Yep, Maria P. pointing out, look at her shoulders and paws. You're right about that. Daisy is a force to be reckoned with, and something that here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we understand that entirely and respect her for that entirely, which is why you're never going to see us going into enclosures with cats. You're not going to see me playing around with Daisy or reaching out to pet her. There's just simply no denying the fact about what Daisy is, and when you can look at that kind of those formations of those muscles, it's a good kind of reinforcing moment for us. Hinyata saying she's 6, I remember from the past live. Thank you, Hinyata. Daisy is 6 years young. And, typically, many of the cats that come to the Wildcat Sanctuary, tend to be, of older age. And Daisy, we know, though she is younger, she's still very much a special needs cat, coming to us with the undiagnosed case of spinal meningitis. She previously had that plate put in her foot. And so Miss Daisy, she is a young kitty, but she still kind of comes with some of the baggage, so to speak, that maybe a geriatric cat would, or a physically compromised cat would. Which is why we're so thankful that we have days like this where we can watch Daisy and really marvel at how far she's come, and commend you all, our followers, for making that type of thing possible for Daisy. And I can just think of so many cats who have been absolutely fortunate to fall under your support and your love here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. What do you think, Miss Goofy? Hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday today. Hanging out with Tigress Daisy, a little good old-fashioned cat with box time. Daisy's taking on a cardboard box that she's made some scratches in. I can only imagine she'll do a little more work with it. It was a Daisy for Daisy. I cut out a little daisy and put it on the front of that box. I thought it would be perfect for this little lady. I'm going to catch up on some comments. What a good... I'll have to use this one. Someone said, I have a summer body, but it's unfortunately hiding all of the other under all of the other seasons. That was me making a remark about Daisy's muscles and how she has a summer bod. And I've always loved the, I don't have a six-pack, but I have a keg. That one's always gotten me too. Hey, who says this? Gracie is saying, checking out the TWS booth at the Cat Film Festival. Gracie, heck yeah. We'll see you there. Look for Molly and Jamie. Gina's going to be there. Terry the tiger is going to be there. Terry not being a real tiger, but a kind of tiger mascot that helps us advocate for the cats. And it's going to be a blast. There'll be a handful of dedicated TWS volunteers. The booth where you can pick up some TWS swag. And of course, talk to the folks, talk to Gina, talk to the interns. You want to know about how the cats are doing. They're here to talk about all things TWS. Hey, Goofy! What do we think? Yeah, she says, what are they doing over in Dash's yard? Well, they're cleaning. Because you tigers like to go poop all over the place. And you guys like to rip up Enrichment, and you like to cause a big mess. Well, that's why we're here right here, Miss Daisy, to be picking up after you and making sure that you continue to make that mess and be a happy tiger. Yeah. And I always love pointing out Daisy's armored water bucket. That's just a regular old stainless steel water bucket encased inside of a machined, I think it's a titanium or some kind of crazy strong metal, encased in there because Daisy, we gave her the balls, we give her the in-ground pool, we give her fun cardboard enrichment like this, but time after time, Daisy insisted that it was the water bucket that was the favorite toy. So that's us just taking a little extra step to make sure that she says, woo, to make sure that Miss Daisy isn't going to hurt herself or have us keep on kind of changing out those water buckets. So, woo, I'm sweating a little bit. Might go try and catch up with Daisy. I get a little nervous, like I said, with our internet connection. Things have been pretty good today. So far, so good. Daisy's kind of wandered over into the opposite side of her free roaming habitat, so I'm going to catch up on a few comments. I think that's the dialogue genie that Daisy has in her head, is that the fun part is making a mess for others to clean up. That's what Daisy is probably thinking. I admit that whenever we drop a big enrichment bomb, maybe for the holidays or something like that, and there's cardboard and paper strewn all over the place, I try to make a big point of getting myself and the media team to help get in there and clean it up, because cleanup is a very important part. We don't want anything kind of blowing around here, but not the fun part either. What are they doing, Miss Daisy? I'm sure we can try to find Leo and Mansa. They already have already got their yard cleaned. It was Leo and Mansa, and you kind of imagine they're kind of doing a full revolution around the Wild Woodlands building here. So Daisy had her yard clean along with Leo and Mansa. They're in Dash's yard. They're going to move over to be Alyssa Lilager's yard, and then over to... So a little bit of a depiction of kind of the cleaning schedule and how things go around here. But as I suspected, we ran into some sticky service. But as I didn't suspect, I didn't realize that we would have an audience over here. There's Tacoma Cougar joining. Let's see if I can back up here. That's Cougar Tacoma on our left and Cougar Rainier on our right. I think I'd made a comment about this either on a regular Facebook post or on live posts. But these, the three wild, who are just across the way from Daisy and Wild Woodlands, they get a kick out of Daisy. They like watching, what is this wild tigress up to? They're either splashing around or jumping up and down her platform. It's always entertaining to see that these group of cougars are entertained by a neighboring cat. And I'm just watching Daisy still trying to stalk and pounce the caretakers in a neighboring habitat. But we've kind of been talking a lot about enrichment, and I certainly think that this is, serves as a form of enrichment for some of our cats, is for them to be able to look over and see their neighbors and kind of ponder about what they're doing and just what in the world that weird striped cougar is, and that they've never seen anything like a striped cougar. Well, she's a tiger, Mr. Tacoma, and you are a cougar. Let's see if I can see Leo and Mansa anywhere. I heard them singing right at the beginning of our live post. I think that was them cheering Daisy on. Yeah, look at these two goofies. They said life is good. It's Miss Mansa, and we can see a little bit of that big old fluffy head of Leo's back there. Plenty of shade spot for these two lines to keep cool. And of course, I come over here and I hear a ruffle of grass behind me, and Tigress Daisy's back to give her Daisy one more bite. And as you can see, there's Daisy returning to her box, and that was Rainier just kind of popped out from under her platform there to look and see what she's doing. We're all enjoying this live post, not just 130 people, but also the Cougars across the way, and now that's something special, Miss Daisy. Let's see, someone's asking, ooh, Miss Daisy. Someone's asking about the Tiger King cats and how we're able to talk about them. Is that we've been granted limited amount of information that we can share about those cats. And we also don't want to make sure that we are kind of breaching the contract that we have with those authoritative bodies to kind of jeopardize the case. The case has concluded. But again, we are just kind of doing what we're told. You know, Simon says, and we're going to do that. And we're going to be able to share full details and everything along the lines of Tiger King and those cats involved in due time. What do you think, Miss Daisy? We'll let you keep on stalking everyone. I think we're going to gaze on a sleepy Leo and Mansa for a little bit longer. And make sure I'm not missing any comments or questions. Shoo, gotta do the limbo under that one. Not a bad spot, Leo and Mansa. I was in the middle of saying is, you know, as you can see, they've got a good old shade spot under the perch or platform. They have tons and tons. Oh, I hear Sophie and Kimba starting to sing. Are you too tired, Miss Mansa? She says, I'm laying down. I can't sing like this. I can't sing like this. Uh-oh. Oh, there was a little kind of lion groan from Leo there, but I think these two are a little too busy napping to do any lion songs today. But obviously Leo and Mansa have this shade spot, numerous shade spots around their habitat, and then you guys know that all of our residents here at TWS have access to an indoor space, so if they wanted to catch some shade inside and get out of the sun, they can certainly do that as well. But it's certainly peaceful to see them kind of out here, really kind of tucked in and pretty much kind of just vanishing themselves within their free roaming habitat here as I kind of back things out. Ooh, Lisa Henderson just saw the pictures for the 2023 calendar. Amazing. Glad to hear that, Lisa. The calendar is officially for sale, and it's been exciting to see. So many of you have already picked one up. Many of you buying not just one, but two, maybe one for yourself and a gift for another person, and that's just so awesome. I'm scrolling through a few comments. Yeah, and I was just, looks like Danielle was following up with her witness protection program, and you know, Wildcat Sanctuary is one of those places where there's no such thing as a bad question, and we never want to keep any of our supporters or followers in the dark, and just know that when we're having to kind of keep information like that confidential, we're acting in the best interest of the cats, and we're also just doing what we're told and making sure that we're going to adhere to the guidelines that have been set for us for when in the future we're going to be asked to again take in another witness protection case, that they know they can rely on the Wildcat Sanctuary for abiding by those rules. La da 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 da. Are you enjoying watching Daisy? He says, well, she's too busy watching all the other people. I think I'm just going to peruse over to see if I can see Henry and Haley, two bobcat residents who are living amongst the big cats down here in Red Zone. Admittedly, these guys have an awesome habitat and they love taking advantage of just about every single square inch of it. So oftentimes when I want to come and feature Henry and Haley on a live post, if maybe we haven't set out some tuna enrichment or something like that, they're most likely hanging out somewhere far, far away. I have a couple kind of favorite hiding spots, so I'm gonna look under this platform here. Ooh, and it looks like they have a chewy box that they were having their way with. And it looks a little quiet. Molly made a great Facebook reel and Instagram reel yesterday, kind of talking about the culture here at TWS and how we love seeing the cats on live posts, but also kind of what it means when we don't see the cats, and how at a sanctuary where we're not here to put the cats up for show or kind of make a stage for them. It's cool that they are able to do whatever they want, and I'm not going to sit here and click a tongs or do anything to get Henry and Haley to come and make a cameo appearance, even though we'd love one. This was my last place to check, because as you can see, that's a favorite little cuddle spot for these two goofballs. Of course, I'm trying to reconnect. I think we'll just have to call that everyone. I appreciate you all joining in to have fun with Daisy today and watching her take on her Daisy enrichment. Daisy the tiger in a cardboard Daisy. We got to see Leo and Mansa for a little bit. We got to see Tacoma and Quincy, or that was Tacoma and Rainier, excuse me. Kind of gawking at Daisy playing with her enrichment. And as I said, that's a pretty common occurrence for those three. I know that I looked behind me one time during Dash and Daisy's pool party. We were a little too busy battling the service. But I looked over during Dash and Daisy's pool party, and of course, 3 cougar heads looking right over at Daisy splashing away in her pool. And Daisy's back at her box, so we'll have to end with the cat. We can't go out like that now. Hey, Kathleen Wickus, thank you for saying thank you, and thank you for joining in on this post, and always awesome to have you, everyone. Same to you, Betty Winter, Naomi Gerhard. I see someone asking the results of Tammy's 50th birthday fundraiser, our Fill the Freezer fundraiser, and we were able to achieve our goal. We formally actually posted the results yesterday, and so shame on me. Woohoo! Hot dog, Daisy, there she goes. I'll have what she's having. So I guess that's my mistake for not formally thanking you in person for helping us do that. Thank you, everyone, for stepping up for Tammy's 50th, helping celebrate that very important milestone for her. And of course, what's a person like the founder and executive director of the Wildcat Sanctuary want for her 50th? It's something for the cats, and you guys helped us do that. So thank you. She says, this is where I sit. I'll sit and I will listen, and then I will stalk. Kind of look at the aftermath here, and I'll give a final so long and goodbye to everyone. Oh yes, you had fun with your Daisy, it looks like. And I'm sure she's going to do even more damage to that cardboard box throughout the day. Casey Egan saying, wow, love this post, Judson. Well, thank you, Casey. We're glad to have you with us today. And be sure to watch the full post. Daisy was having a blast. Got to see a little bit of Leo and Mansa. And, of course, some tiger zoomies right at the end there. So very much a post worth watching. For now, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And this isn't the only dose of Wildcat Sanctuary you'll be getting today via live post, as Molly and Jamie, along with Gina and a crew of volunteers, are going to be down at the Minnesota Cat Film Festival in St. Paul tonight. So you'll be seeing a live post from our booth, along with a bunch of feline loving folk enjoying the Cat Film Festival. So that'll be a fun post to check in on. I'll be watching. But nonetheless, have a great rest of your Thursday, everyone, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.